Welcome to the Champion Breakdown,
where we highlight the gold nuggets, the tips and tricks to help you become the best version of yourself in your journey to becoming a champion. Okay, welcome champions to the breakdown of Kevin Youkalis. There was so many gold nuggets in that interview. It took us a while to figure out what we wanted to share with you, but we've got 8 takeaways. And number 1 is people will put you in a box. People will knock your dreams down. They will tell you you can't. Everybody in life is going to get that. Any dreamer will get that. But I loved that Kevin said it's your choice whether you stay in that box or whether you get out of it.
I love that. And to go along with that, we have number 2 is that if people are negative to you or not 100% supportive of your dreams, just really look at who's saying it, because are they where you want to be? This is such a great lesson for everything in life, is whenever anybody knocks down your dream, really, you should only be taking advice from people who are where you want to go, not people that are just haters and trying to knock down your dream. And I love that he said that.
Boom. I think that was my favorite part of the whole interview. I got chills. Number 3 tip is learn yourself. Know yourself. Learn your body. Stay in your lane. Because once you know who you are and what your strengths are, the comparison game becomes a little less and you can just work with what you've got. I love that he talked about that.
Number 4 is that we all have a negative man on our shoulders or in our ears, and we really have to, or negative woman, whatever you have, you really have to make sure you knock that negative person away. We're all going to have negative thoughts, and that's natural being human, but the magic is being able to not listen to it. And I loved how he talked about that was something that really helped him when he was competing.
Yeah. And I think really liberating to know that even someone who plays in the major leagues with such a successful career, like he deals with that. So just knowing that you're going to deal with it. And number 5, the tip that he gave to help with this, I thought was very, very practical. He talked about having a cue for yourself to get in the right mindset, and not just in words, but like a word cue matched with a physical cue. So I think for him, he said, you got this, just something simple. So if each one of you guys listening can figure out your own cue and your own body movement, maybe it's like thumping your chest. Maybe it's, whatever it is for you. But I thought that was super helpful.
I love it. The number 6 one that we have written down here is one of my favorites. It's having confidence with humility. And I know that's something that it's a really hard balance to have, but it really is so important. And I loved how he talked about how important being confident is. And that's why I really love sports, and why I think they're so important is they really do help develop confidence. But there is a fine line between being confident and humble and finding that balance. And that's really where the magic happens.
And Kevin talked about in tip number 7, baseball being a game of failure, and how learning how to fail as much as he did really set him up in life for being able to deal with the reality of life, the reality of business, and not give up when hard things came his way, and just knowing that failure is a part of it and what lesson can we learn from it. I think when he talked about sport, I loved how the advice he gave to parents, and how like your goal should not be for your kid to become a professional this or a professional that, but literally like put them in the game to let them be on a journey, to learn things through the sport. I thought that was one of his best tips.
Number 8 is that luck is part of being a champion. And I know that might sound kind of, maybe counterintuitive to some people. Of course, it includes like working hard and grit and persevering and all those things, but luck does have a place in being a champion. And the coolest thing about that is that you can be lucky. even if you feel like you're not now, that you can actually change that. And that starts with your belief, and it starts with affirmations. And we're going to, in a future episode, give you guys some great affirmations to listen to. But just for now, just telling yourself, I am lucky. I actually have a funny story that I want to tell you guys. I have been saying this to my oldest son since he was really little. Like, you are so lucky. Like, I've almost ingrained it into him. And he actually is a really lucky kid, and he will win everything. Like, I'm not talking about like sports competitions right now, but I'm talking about just in general, like little things, little silly things. We were, for example, I'll tell you the story because I think it's fun. But we're at this restaurant once, and everybody got a ticket that got to sat down at the table. You could also buy extra tickets if you want, but he got a ticket just because he was one of the guests at the restaurant, and they had this raffle. And the raffle was, because it was one of these like restaurants that also has like happy hour and stuff. And so what you were going to win was a wine tasting, and then a set of like beer cups, and like a cheese and wine tasting and then a set of beer glasses and a gift certificate to the restaurant. And it was nothing that he even cared about winning or anything, but he got, they went around and gave everybody the tickets, and he didn't get one. And he was like, why didn't I get one? And they were like, kind of thought, look, why would you want to win this? You're a kid. And he was like, no, I want to win one. Like, I want a chance to do it. Like, he just wanted to be part of the whole thing. So they give him a ticket, and, of course, he's this lucky kid. I swear he wins everything. And he's like, Mom, I probably will. I should do it because I'll probably win. And he just like had that kind of positive. He has that like positive affirmation that he tells himself all the time. And, of course, there's a ton of people in the restaurant, and they give one winner. And of course he wins it. So that was lucky for us because he gave it to us. But it's just, I swear it's part of him just knowing that he is a lucky kid. And that's part of me as a parent, building that belief in him, that if you're a parent listening to this, you can do that. Just build that belief into your kids that they're lucky. But it's just for them knowing that they're lucky, and it can be changed if it's not something believed right now, with the simple thing of an affirmation. And just him saying that there is a part of luck with championships. And I love that because it's true, and we can change that. We're in control of our future, right? So what you think about, you bring about.
Yes, the easiest thing to change too. Okay, those are our tips. You can go and find Kevin on Instagram, Kevin Youkalis _GGOH. And he's on Twitter as the Greek god of hops. And definitely check out his restaurant, Loma Brewing Company in Los Gatos. If you're ever in that area, maybe you'll catch him while you're there. And you guys, we are so grateful for all the messages and comments and DMs telling you how this podcast is affecting your life as parents and your kids' lives. But it would mean the world to us if you went on and subscribed to our podcast, rated and reviewed. Thank you for being part of this mission.